12:30, so we're gonna get started. If you were just chiming in, if you have a couple blocks, grab them, yoga blocks. If you don't, please grab a bed pillow and we'll get started here soon. So everyone's muted. We'll just make sure to keep that mute on, just so there's no distraction, and we'll get started. So get yourself comfortable. We're gonna take your blocks or your pillow. If you're using a pillow, just start at the mid back all the way to the crown of your head, and you're gonna lay on it. If you have blocks, I want you to put them on the lowest setting. You go ahead and put one lengthwise and one shortwise. You're gonna start right at your rib line, right at the base. Go ahead and lay down on the block or the pillow. If you have a pillow, it'll be extra cushy. And lay your head down. If you need to adjust the block, that's fine. And then find where you want to be with your legs. Maybe your feet are wide and the knees knock in. Maybe you just have your feet on the floor. Or just lay your legs nice and long. Just allow the chest to open. Allow the arms to splay out to the side, the palms face up towards the sky. And really opening up through the collarbones. Just take a nice deep breath. We'll start settling into the practice, into our body. And just feeling your chest rise and fall, as well as that belly fully expands and fully deflates. And let's just hone in on our breath. Maybe just following a just natural rhythm, or maybe taking a nice deep inhale and elongating your exhale. It's a really nice way to relieve stress in the body. Maybe sighing it out your mouth, letting go. So as we're here laying on our backs, just completely surrendering into the blocks, into this moment. I just wanted to start the practice with a restorative nature. So just with each breath, feeling your body let go, relaxing into the floor. And just feeling your jaw unclenched and relaxed. And the eyelids are heavy. We'll take about 5 more breaths here. Doing your best to clear your mind. If you have any chatter going through there, just focusing on the breath and the sensations of your body. You're just imagining that breath as like a wave flowing in and out of the chest and through the body. We'll take one more breath. Let's hold actually the next breath. Let's hold at the top. For 5 and 4, 3, 2, and slowly allow the breath to release. All the way out until it's all the way gone. And then hold at the bottom. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And just take a nice full normal breath in. Let's take our arms to a goalpost position. So your hands will be by your ears. The elbows will just be kind of hovering or maybe even touching the floor. And like a goalpost, you're going to bring your arms up over your head and bring your elbows down to your ribs. So opening up the chest, allowing the chest to expand. So pulling the elbows down towards the ribs, and the fingers up above your head. Finding that length in the collarbone, finding the openness in the chest. Let's do this a couple more times. Breathing with it. The next time you find your hands over your head, go ahead and grab one wrist and just pull gently on that wrist. So you'll get just a tiny little baby side bend. And then grab a hold of the other wrist just for a quick little stretch. Good, and then bring your arms down to your sides. Go ahead and bring the soles of your feet to the floor. Roll yourself onto one side. Take the blocks or your pillow away. You're back on your spine. So blocks off to the side, bring your head down. Let's hug your knees into your chest for a quick moment. Give yourself a squeeze. Maybe lift your head up even. Give yourself a nice big hug. Maybe rock side to side, kind of massage the spine. And then we'll bring the head back to the earth. Take your hands, your knees with your hands, and give your legs nice big circles. Really big, as wide as you can go. And we'll go the other direction, nice big circles. Massaging the spine. Let's go two, allow the hips just to move. And one, pull the knees in towards the armpits. Let's take a quick happy baby. Soles of the feet to the sky, the elbows on the insides of the knees. Pulling the soles of the feet down, just looking up towards the ceiling, and maybe rocking your baby, being playful with it. And just take this moment, stretch out those hips. Let's go 3 and 2. Side out in 1. And then bring the soles of the feet together, press those knees outward for a laying butterfly. So grabbing the feet, pressing the knees outwards. Get that, feel that stretch in the inner, in the groin and the upper thigh region, or I guess more the inner thigh. And take a breath. Lovely. Let's go ahead and bring the feet to the opposite side of the mat. Next, I want you to windshield wiper those legs for a moment. You're gonna feel that nice stretch through the spine. Let's go 5 times, 5 more that is. 3, for 2, and 1. Find your way back to center. Bring your heels in nice and close. Bring your hands down to the earth. We're gonna articulate through the spine. So tucking the pelvis under, engaging through that lower abdominals, rolling the spine up 1 vertebra at a time. Bringing it nice and slow up towards the sky, maybe even a little bit higher than your knees and shoulders. And then rolling the spine down 1 vertebra at a time, gently laying it back on the floor and tucking your pelvis. Tuck your pelvis under, roll the spine. Let's just do this a few times, working into that little bit of the back extension. So rolling down and up, taking your time through that articulation, tucking the pelvis, rolling those hips on up. And we'll do this 1 more time. The next time you come up, let's take that full yoga bridge, interlacing your hands. So next time you rise, bringing those shoulders underneath you, interlace your hands, pressing the hands into the earth, lift your hips as high as you can. Getting that nice back bend. If this is too much to start, feel free to take a little lower bridge here. Really wrapping those shoulders under you, trying to lift those hips as high as you can if that feels good. So take just a moment here. Take a couple more breaths. Enjoy the pose. Can you lift 1 inch higher maybe? Can you wrap those shoulders over just or under just a little bit more? And then releasing your arms, releasing your shoulders, releasing the spine. Each vertebra touches the mat intricately, 1 at a time. Hug your knees into your chest. Grab your shins. Let's just rock and roll on our spine. So a little rock, and we really want you to turn into like a little ball. So rounding through the low back, it'll help not get that clunkiness as we roll back. Good. Come on up, lengthen those legs out nice and long. So feet are flexed, get your tush out from underneath you. If you need to bend your knees, please do so. Otherwise, engage those quads. Inhale the arms. Exhale, let's pull them forward. Wherever you're at, maybe you can grab your toes, maybe it's your ankles. Forward fold, take a rest. Take a breath, stretching out through the back side. So this is a full, the forward folds are lovely because it's the whole back body stretch. You get that the whole shebang. Just allowing the head to rest downwards, feeling that nice stretch in the low back. Take another couple breaths. Good. Just one more. Lovely. Rolling on up. Let's bring our hands behind us. Palms face outwards. Really open up your chest. We're going to bring those heels on in. And then just lift those hips up towards the sky. And then bring them back down. Hips touch the floor. Toes come up. Reset the shoulders. Toes come down. Hips rise to the sky. Maybe you drop your head behind you if that feels okay. Drop the hips. Lift the toes. Reset the shoulders. Lift it back up. Drop the head if that feels good. Maybe that's not where you're at today. That's okay. Drop the seat. One more time. Let's hold it up right here. Can you march it for me? Just one. And then the other. Nice flexed feet. Try to open those shoulders. So really want to round forward. Try to get those palms face outwards. Let's go 3 for 2. Last one. Set the seat down. Beautiful. Open up those thighs for a quick fold forward. Shake out the wrists for a second. For 3 and 2. And we want to roll your spine on up. Let's go ahead. Cross your legs. Come on forward. Let's do a few cat cows. Wrists underneath the shoulders. I like to bring my palms out just a little bit, protecting the wrist, getting that energy more into the shoulders. Good. Shoulders in the sockets. Wrapping those biceps under. Let's take some cat cows. Dropping the belly, lifting the heart. Exhaling, rounding through the spine. Inhale, let's tuck the toes. Exhale, untuck the toes. Inhale, drop and lift. Exhale, untuck the toes, round. Beautiful. One more time, tuck the toes. Find a nice neutral spine. So with the toes tucked here, hands in front of you, I just want you to push back, pushing into the earth. I want you to feel a stretch in the toes for a moment. Take a breath. And so keeping those toes tucked, really pressing back. Now see if you can lift your knees off the mat for a second. Pushing back, lifting the knees, getting that nice deep stretch in the toes. You can keep your knees down if that doesn't work for you. You need to lock your hands in a little bit. Now lift the knees and set them back down or pressing into the mat. Lift the knees. Good, set them back down. Now we're gonna walk our hands back, staying in our toe stance. So we're staying on our toes. If this is where you're at, if you just need to be right here, if you need to hinge forward a little bit, that's okay. Try to sit back. Let's just interlace our hands while we're working on our feet and pull the shoulders down. Open the heart for a second. Good. Let's just look to the left over your shoulder. Look to the right. Look to the left again. Try to forget the toes. Look to the right. Look center. Let's bring those hands to the earth. Untuck your toes. Give them a little pedal on the mat. Stretch them out. Very nice. Good. All right. Let's kind of do some quadrupeds. So reaching, let's go your right arm nice and long, palms inwards. That other leg, that left leg, it should be, yes, your left leg, nice and long. Pulling that belly button up towards the spine. Let's just find stillness here. Breathe. Good. Just finding that quiet, that stillness, that silence in your body. Take 2 more breaths, just holding it here. Maybe connect with that Ujjayi breath. Good. Now, next exhale, let's bring the knee to the elbow, rounding through the spine as deeply as you can. Look in between the thighs. And inhale, look to the sky. Exhale, rounding, 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 rounding. Engage the core. Inhale, lift. Exhale, round, round, round. Inhale, lift. One more time, round it in. Inhale, lift, holds. Finding that little extension. Good, hand down, knee down. One round cat-cow, reset your spine. Nice and neutral here. So your left arm nice and long, biceps inwards, palms facing inwards, right by your ear, your gaze is down. Flexing that other opposite foot, lengthening into the back of the room, pulling that belly up. Once again, Just find some peace here. Find some stillness, find some quiet in the body. Connect with your body. Finding that perfect balance, that connection with your core, connection with your breath. Feeling the earth underneath you, underneath your palm, underneath the knee, the foot. Feeling that connection. On the next exhale, we'll pull the knee to the elbow, slowly rounding through the spine. Inhale, we'll reach it long. Exhale, knee to elbow, looking between the thighs. So we're really rounding and arching the spine. Full ranges of motion. Let's go to last one. Hold here. Hand down, knee down. One round cat and cow. Lovely work. Nice and neutral spine. Let's tuck those toes one more time here. We're going to hover the knees off the mat. And then just bring them back down. Shift forward and back. Lift the knees. Set them down. Shift forward. Shift back. Lift the knees. Set them down one more time. Forward. Back. Lift the knees. Hold them here. Strong through your belly. Press back downward facing dog. It's going to be real narrow. And come back to your hover. So down dog to hover, building that strength in the shoulders, pushing away from the mat. Let's go 4 more times. Starting to build that strength. And 3, 4, 2. Let's lengthen our down dog. Once your hips are up, widen your feet so they're hip width apart. Widen your hands or bring them forward just a little bit. Press into your palms, lengthen through the spine. Press the tailbone towards the sky. Find your breath. Find some stillness in the pose. Finding that length, making those creases in your wrists go away. So keep that down dog position. Good. Once again, finding that stillness. Surrendering into the pose. Being at peace with the pose. Sometimes things get challenging in life, get challenging physically, mentally. That's what yoga is about, is to connect with the breath, connecting with the body, and finding peace in some of the more challenging things in life. Poses that might be challenging and difficult for you. Really allowing the heels to sink down, lengthening up through the spine. Take one more breath. Exhale it out, pulling the chest towards the earth. Lift your heels super, super high. Bend your knees deeply. Look forward. Step or walk in between your hands. Ankles right underneath the hips. Forward fold. Let's sway it out. Release the spine. I want you to really sway it like a big pendulum or an elephant trunk. Let it go. Soft bends in your knees. Maybe a figure 8. Get a little goofy with it. Release that spine. Let's go 3, 2, and 1. Find your center. We're going to come to halfway lift, length, and maybe you hover here. And then exhale, fold. So like a wave through the lower back, I want you to round and flat. Halfway lift, forward. Halfway lift, forward fold. Let's do this a few times. Relax through the spine. Let's go 2, and 1. Forward fold, rolling your spine up 1 vertebra at a time, all the way to stand. Rolling the shoulders back into place. I'm going to step back for just a moment. You stay there. Good, soft bend in the knees. Find your equilibrium and forward fold, little inversion. So find your balance again. Big rolls. Now let's get big with our arms. Nice big circles, big movements for 3, for 2. And 1, allow the arms to come down to your sides, ankles underneath your hips. Thighs are nice and firm, the belly is firm, shoulders down. Gaze is forward, or just close your eyes for a moment. Actually, I just prefer you to close your eyes. And I just want you to feel your body swaying. Maybe feeling like there's wind. I want you to just let it go, kind of let it sway. Let it rock in whatever direction it wants to go. It's like branches or tree leaves just blowing in the wind. Just breathe, feeling that equilibrium, finding that center of gravity underneath your feet. And then find your way to the center where you feel the most balanced. Open your eyes. Inhale the arms. Exhale, we're going to come through prayer here. Interlace your hands, exhaling as you press down. Inhale the arms up. Little pranayama here, following that ujjayi breath. Exhale, all the way out here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Focusing on the breath. Exhale. Inhale. So you keep flowing here. You certainly go slower than I'm doing. Not faster, but slower. The last one, we'll release the breath all the way out. And we'll hold at the bottom with our hands down to our sides. Exhale, everything out. Hold your breath. Keep holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a nice big inhale. And shake it on out. Maybe widen your stance a little bit. Release energy. Let it go. Let it flow. Good. Get a little groovy with it. Get the shoulders. Get the arms, the legs. Maybe hips side to side. Just feeling that energy goodbye. 3, 2, and just find stillness. Take a breath. Stand tall. It's a great way to alleviate stress and energy of the body. Beautiful. Let's flow a little bit. We're going to bring our hands, feet to the center. Inhale the arms. Exhale, hands to our center. Let's flow. We'll do some flows. Halfway lift, lengthen. Plant your hands. Let's step back to that nice solid plank. If you need to come to your knees, please do so. Strong through the shoulders, zipping the thighs. Engage through the buns. Really strong through the shoulders. Drop to your knees for the first one. Elbows tucked nice and tight. Brush your ribs lower to the floor. Untuck your toes, hands underneath the shoulders. Let's rise for cobra. Exhale, back down. Inhale, lift, lift, lift. Exhale, back down. Let's lift, let's hold. Can go up a little bit higher. Maybe a little bit higher to full seal. Maybe that doesn't work for you. Stay low if you need to. Look to the sky. Look to the earth. Come center and look all the way over your left shoulder. All the way over your right shoulder. Come all the way back down. Bringing those knees together. Getting prepared with the core. Lift on up strong through the arms. Tuck those toes. Find your plank. Downward facing dog. Sink your heels down. Lengthen through the spine. Press into the palms. And I want you to tuck the chin under. Start rolling through the upper back first. Round, 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 round. All the way forward to a nice solid plank. And then tuck the chin. Rounding through the spine. Tucking the pelvis. Press back downward facing dog. Same thing. Let's flow a few times. Tucking the chin. Rolling through the spine. So make it feel effortless. Tuck and roll. Let's go a little bit faster. Moving forward and back in your own time, in your own flow. Let's go one more time. We'll meet in down dog. Using your breath, exhaling fully out of the mouth. If you need to expand the energy, sink those heels down. Find that down dog. Wrapping those biceps inwards, really press away the floor. Find those creases, or try to make those creases in your hand, wrists go away. Find that nice wide grip, jazz hands on the earth. Good. Lift your left leg nice and high. Let's bring your knee to your nose for a quick beat. And then press that leg back to the sky. Good. And let's bring the knee to the nose. Hold. Step that foot in between your hands. Set your back knee down. Let's rise onto the left. Press into those hips. Open the arms, maybe a little bit wide. Maybe we have a big ball of energy in between the arms. Take a moment here. Breathe. Good. And then open the arms. Back to center. Finding that ball of energy. Open. Good. Receiving the energy. Inhale. Exhale. Open. Let's hinge towards the earth. Arm to the sky. Open your hearts. Find that nice twist in the spine. Good. Hand comes down to frame your foot. Lengthen up through your spine. Let's tuck the back toe. Lengthen the back legs. We're lifting the back knee up. Pull the back foot in just about a foot length and press yourself back into a nice forward facing triangle. Crown your head reaches down towards your toes. Nice straight legs. Now, if you need to bend that front knee a little bit, do so. Finding the length in your spine, and if you have blocks and if you need those, by all means. Find that stretch. Take 2 more breaths. Good. Just want to flow a little bit slower today, focusing more on intention on breath, our bodies, how we're feeling. Good. Walk those hands forward. Bring that knee back to the earth. Let's rise. Pressing those hips forward. And this time, bring your left hand down, reaching that right arm up long. Now, if you're on the other leg, so if you all have the left leg forward, get a nice side bend. Good. Feel those ribs stretching out. Excellent. Both hands up. Let's bring the palms to the earth. Bring that back leg up. Step it back. Downward facing dog. If you need to pedal it out, do so. Otherwise, sink the heels, lengthen through the spine. And go ahead and lift your right leg nice and high. Bring your knee to your nose. We're going to go twice, working into strength. Exhale, reach up. Good. Actually, inhale, exhale, pull it in, rounding through the spine. Good. One more time, reach that leg long, and then step that foot in between the hands. We got one extra in that time. Untuck the back toe as you rise. Find that ball of energy. Press those hips forward. Open your heart, breathe. Inhale. Exhale, let's twist. Inhale. Find that ball. Exhale. Inhale. One for good measure. Exhale. Let's bring that hand to the earth. Lift that to the sky. Open your heart. Connect with your breath. Hand to the earth, squaring those hips. Fingertips long, lengthen through the back leg. Pull that back foot in. Press it back to long, straight leg forward. Do the best you can. If you need to bend into the front knee, do so. God, this is a challenging pose. This is really gets that whole backside. You can feel it in those hamstrings and the calf muscles. Beautiful. One more time, shift forward, bringing that knee down. Let's lift on up. Press it forward, bringing the opposite arm down towards the earth. Reaching up and over, feeling that nice rib stretch. You're going to get all those intercostal muscles stretching out. Breathe. Beautiful. Both arms up. Exhale, plant your palms. Step back, find that down dog. Lengthen up through your spine. And I want to widen those legs a little bit. We're going to pivot your feet to the left. Just finding a down dog with rotation. So if feet are just, when you go from straight, you're just going to pivot your heels over so they're just in alignment. So we feel a little crooked. And then bring your feet back there center and pivot your heels to the other side. So we're just getting a little different stretch in the down dog here. Good, and then pivot back there center, plant your heels. If you can take your opposite ankle with your left or right hand, then try that out for me. If not, stay in your down dog, just the regular style. Go ahead and plant that hand and grab a hold of your other ankle. Get a nice twist. Look underneath your armpits. Lovely. And come through center. Lift your heels nice and high. Bend your knees. Look in between your hands. Step down forward. Halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, folds. This time, let's sink into our chair. Let's find some strength into those thighs. Let's lift and rise. Sinking those hips down. Lengthening up through those arms, shoulders back and down. Good. Booties sit behind you. You can lift your toes up. If you need to separate for a little bit more balance, that's okay too. Otherwise, try to bring those toes together. Lengthen up. Good. So just find some uncomfort in this lovely pose that is ever so hard. So take just a moment and find your breath. You want to bring your hands to heart center if that's easier. Maybe we find wide arms. One more breath. Inhale. Good. Exhale. Stand up tall. Good. Don't slow it out a little bit. Inhale the arms. Sink into your chair. Inhale. Exhale. Rise. Inhale. Arms up. Exhale. Sink in there. Can you get a little bit lower? Inhale. Exhale. Stand. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Sink. Hold here. Let's take a prayer twist. Hands to your center. Wrapping. So it'll be your left arm, I believe. I'm going to wrap to my right. Your left arm wraps around that thigh. Press into the palm. Look towards the sky. Are those knees equal? Find that rotation and the modification for that. Hand on the thigh, other arm to the sky if you need to modify. Finding that twist, breathe. One more breath. Beautiful. Unwind, forward fold, separate your feet, grab hold of your big toes with your peace fingers, pull the crown of your head down towards the earth. Sigh it out, take a breath. Elbows east to west, really active biceps here, really pulling the crown of the head down. Lengthen the thighs as much as you can to get that nice stretch. Beautiful. Release your hands. Heel toe, let's feet back in to your distance that you prefer. Let's rise on up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Prayer twist to the opposite side. So pressing into the palms deeply, really getting that nice rotation. Looking towards the sky, trying to equalize those knees. Take 3 breaths. Finding that comfort with the discomfort of these poses. One more breath. Exhale, fold, Padahastasana, base of the palms underneath the feet. Pull upwards, your toes to the creases, elbows east to west, holding the crown of the head down. Maybe shake your head while you're here. Shake it like a pendulum. Hopefully it feels really heavy, like all that dead weight. There's no tension in that neck. Let it go. Go. Shift forward and backwards a little bit, getting the wrists and the hands and the feet a little massage. Beautiful. Let's release the hands. Halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, fold, plant your hands, step back, find your strong plank. Now you can chaturanga with me if you'd like. Otherwise, or you can bring your knees down, lower all the way down to the floor, find a cobra or up dog. Good, come back down. One more time, lift. Exhale, down from your knees or your toes, push on up, strong body. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good, let's find your left leg to the sky. Let's open that hip. Bend the knee. Good. Find that little scorpion tail. And then straighten the leg out, square your hips, bring your knee to your nose, step in between your hands. Find that low lunge, and then pivot that back foot. Let's rise for warrior one. Pressing those hips forward, bringing those arms behind you. Let's take humble warrior again this week. Shoulders back and down, pulling them away from the ears. Exhale, let's fold. Onto the thigh, hands to the sky. Let's find some time here. Really pulling those hands up towards the ceiling. Finding your breath. Find the strength in those thighs, strength in your body. Connect with that. One more breath. Inhaling the arms, or inhaling the chest up. Arc your heart to the sky. Inhale the arms up. Exhale. Find your warrior two. Widen your stance if you need. Really pressing the knee forward, not over the toe, just over the ankle here. Make sure the knee isn't pulling in, that it's right in alignment. Really reach those fingertips forward, reverse your warrior. Hold here for a moment. Feeling that side body stretch. Go ahead and exhale, forearm to the thigh or forearm to the floor, arm to the sky. Take a moment, feeling the strength in the pose and your body. Breathe. Can you feel those thighs and the muscles active? Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, reverse. Inhale, stay. Exhale, windmill the arms. Pivot that back foot, plant your hands, let's flow. So chaturanga right here. Keep the shoulders out of the ears. Upward facing dog or cobra, please. Listen in, shoulders back and down. Exhale, from your core we lift, lift, lift. Pull back, downward facing dog. All right, other side. Find stillness in this pose. Breathe. Connect with your body. Equal pressure into the palms, into the feet. Ideally, down dog is a resting pose. Eventually, you'll get there. If you're not there already, breathe, find that stillness, find that comfort in this pose. And then when you're ready, lift your right leg nice and high. Open that hip, bend your knee for that scorpion tail. Maybe bend straighten through that leg. Just a quick moment. Straighten the hips, square your hips, bring your knee to your nose for a quick beat. Step that foot in between your hands, pivot your back foot. Let's rise, warrior one. Sink into it, lifting through the back arch of that foot. The back knife edge of your foot presses down. Squaring those hips, sinking into it, inhaling the arms. Exhale behind you. Interlace those hands. Pull the shoulders as far down as you can. Humble warrior, fold down. Let's find several breaths here as we did on the other side. Good, finding that strength to hold you. Strength in your body and your legs. To hold you up. Try to find peace with it. 2 more breaths. The next inhale will rise you up. Keep the binds. Press the chest open. Inhale, arms. Exhale, let's pivot, warrior two. Reaching forward, palm flips upward, reverse your warrior. Find the length in the side body, looking towards the sky. Can get a little deeper. Breathe. Inhale. Exhale, extended side angle or extended, you can bring your forearm to the thigh or bring your hand towards the floor. So we're actually just going to keep the arm up towards the sky. Opening the heart, not quite extended. Breathe. Trying to really open up this chest, getting that rotation in. And then inhale, arms up, warrior two. Exhale, reverse your warrior. Inhale to stay. Exhale deeper. Inhale. Exhale, windmill the arms. Pivot your back foot, plant your hands. Let's find your plank flow, whichever way works for you. Elbows tuck. Squeeze your ribs. Upward facing dog, shoulders out of your ears. Exhale, downward facing dog. Sink into it. Side out, maybe a really audible exhale. Releasing. Let's find stillness again in this pose. Breathe, breathe. Just one more breath. And bring your knees nice and wide. Keep your toes tucked though. Press your hips back if that works for you. And then settle your forehead down, pressing your chest down towards the earth, kind of an active child's pose. Take one more breath. And come back up, hands underneath the shoulders. We're gonna shift forward. Actually, walk your hands forward a little bit more. Shift forward, drop your hips so they're open here. You can bring your toes up, arcing, and then tuck your toes, press back. Gonna shift forward, dropping your hips, toes will rise. We're nice and wide with our knees. Exhale, tuck your toes, press back. Big one more time. Toes rise. Look to the sky. Good. Toes tuck, press it back. Nice. Now we're going to shift all the way forward. I'm all the way off my mat here. Shift all the way forward onto your belly. Let's come into locust. Bringing those arms behind you or by your sides. Pulling the shoulders, walking those hands away from your shoulders. We'll start to rise, not lifting the hands quite yet, and lower. Pulling the shoulders back, 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 back. Lift into the thoracic spine. Exhale, lower. Now let's lift those hands off the mat. Pulling the shoulders back. Exhale down. Inhale, lift. Exhale down. Inhale, lift. Hold. Can you interlace your hands? Pull the shoulders away. That nice little crack. Pull the shoulders out of the ears. Lift, lift, lift. And can you lift your legs? Finding that nice arc in the back. Good. Finding that first position if this doesn't work for you. Take a beat. And exhale, release, cheek to the mat, hands to the floor. Bend your knees, windshield wiper, crisscross the ankles. Let's come into bow pose now. So bring your head nice and neutral. Bend your knees, bring them together to start. Grab a hold of your ankles. Energetically speaking, you don't have to grab your feet if that doesn't work for you. Just be right here and work on that. Otherwise, grab a hold of your ankles, press into your hands, lifting through the spine. Maybe the toes meet the thighs. My thighs separate. So wherever you're at, maybe you can bring them together. That's a little tough for me. So wherever you're at, breathe. Shoulders back. Maybe you rock your boat a little bit. Lift one inch. Exhale, release. Beautiful. We're going to just press right on back into a narrow little fetal position. So knees come together. Bring those hands behind you. Bring the crown of your head down towards the earth. Take a breath. Releasing through the spine. Beautiful job. We'll take one more breath here. And then gently roll it on up. Take a quick beat for a moment on your heels, just sitting back on your heels here. One palm on top of the other. Just find your breath. Just find some stillness. Kind of finding our equilibrium. We're going to do one more back bend. So that's going to be camel. So we can take that wherever you need to be. So let's come onto our knees. Separate the knees just underneath the hips. If you want to tuck your toes, go ahead. Palms can be facing up on the low back here, or you can bring them face down if that feels better for you. So wherever you want to take it, cradle that low back, press those hips forward, open your heart, lean back as far as you can. Maybe you stay here today. Maybe you can grab a hold of those heels with your hands, opening up your heart. Good, shoulders back, looking towards the sky. Really pressing those hips forward, only going as low as you can that is comfortable with your spine. Take one more breath. Bring your hands back to your low back. Help yourself on up. Coming into that full rabbit pose, we're going to bring the crown of your head down towards the earth. Grab a hold of your ankles or your heels, not putting a lot of pressure on the head. You're going to lift your hips nice and high, or as high as your body allows. So I'm not super flexible here. Not a lot of pressure on the crown of your head. And then tuck your toes, roll it on up. Find that seat one more time, back on your heels. Oh, side out. Shake out your head. Maybe you shake it yes and no. All right, just roll those shoulders back. Very nice. Let's get into our hips a little bit. We're gonna come right into pigeon. So let's come on forward. Walk your left foot forward, walk it to the outside of the mat. Go ahead and bring that knee down, tuck the back toe, walk that back leg all the way out, pressing those hips down toward the earth and untuck your toes. I like doing it that way. It gets you a little bit deeper. So if this doesn't work, please flip onto your back and come into figure four stretch. If it works for you, let's get into it. Walk on out. If you need a pillow or a block underneath this hip, absolutely take it. Walking those arms out wherever you're at. Maybe your belly's on the ground with me here. Maybe you're a little bit higher. It is okay. It's just about your body and where you are at right now in this journey of your life, and your movement, your flexibility. We're all different. Breathe into the hips. Allow them to open up. Finding that breath. With each breath, finding more peace in this pose. Finding more surrender in those hips and the outer thighs. It does get easier. I promise. If this is a challenge for you, the more you practice, it does get better. It does get easier. It just takes consistency. We'll take just a few more breaths. Feeling that belly rise and fall and that whole back body as we compress our belly a little. Good. Let's walk ourselves back on up. Tuck the back toe, walk the back knee in just a little bit. We're going to bring that foot to the earth, walk it to the outside of the mat. So now we're nice and wide. We're going to press those hips forward. So we're into like a kind of a diagonal lunge. Pressing the hips forward, opening up this knee out to the side, pulling those shoulders down, looking over your shoulder. Beautiful. Coming through center, press it back into half Hanuman. We're going to step back all the way on our heels if that works for you, this leg straight. If that doesn't work for you, just come here. And if you're super flexible, I'm absolutely not in this position. If you want to come into that full Hanuman, that full split, absolutely go for it. Your choice. You can work into it, bringing that leg back more and just doing your best. So this is the best I got. So not very flexible in this way. So whatever works for you, stretching into those inner thighs. Good, into those hips. And then when you're ready, whatever position you're in, work your way out of that. Sit back for just a second, shake out those shoulders, wrists. Let's just go and do the other side. So come back up, reset your body, bring it forward. We're gonna walk that foot to the opposite side, drop the knee on down, trying to make a parallel shin. May not be parallel, that's okay. Tuck the back toe, walk it as far back as you can, whittling those hips down towards the earth. Untuck your toes, lengthen, and then fall forward. One side's a little tighter than the other. Just be aware of that, respect that. Breathe into it. Wherever you're at, maybe you can find the same placement you were on the other side. And just find your breath. Find that connection with the breath and the release of those muscles that you're working, that you're stretching. We'll take just a few more breaths here. Maybe with each breath, feeling those hips surrender a little bit closer to the mat. And your last breath, when you're ready, we'll start to work our way back up. Tuck the back toe, walk that knee in a little bit. Bring that foot to the earth, just walk it right to the outside of the mat. Press those hips down and forward. And then plant probably your left hand pressing that leg outwards, looking over your shoulder, lengthening up. Coming back to your center, taking whatever variation. So that half Hanuman, sit it back if you like. If you want to go for that full split and get a little deeper into it, your choice. So just working in whatever position works for you. I think I need to practice these ones more. I hate them so much, so I don't practice them enough. Not an easy thing. So take just a couple more breaths. Good. Work it on back. Bring the knees underneath you. Sit it back for just a second. Good. Shake up the hands. Let's flip over onto our backs. We'll be finishing things on our back today. Roll it on down. We are going to take a block or your pillow, either one. Just one, not two. And let's lift our hips up nice and high. Well, just lift it up as high as you need to get that block or pillow underneath. We're going to do legs at the wall without the wall. So it's a great assistance for it. Either the pillow or the block. The pillow definitely is going to be more cushy. Let's bring legs to the tabletop. And then I'll bring them up towards the sky. So you'll find where you need to be on that. If it feels like your legs want to fall down, they should feel pretty effortless in the sky. So wherever that block needs to be to make you feel like your legs are in equilibrium in the sky. So it doesn't matter if your knees are bent a little bit, just allow them to be upwards. If you want to practice straightening them, you can straighten them with a little bit more effort and point and flex through the ankles a few times. Let your arms fall to your sides, your gaze up towards the sky. Maybe give your ankles a little wiggle or a little circle in each direction. Good, and then just find stillness. Allowing for the blood flow to work and circulate in a different direction is always good for the body. Especially at the end of a long day, putting your feet up when you've been on them all day or even sitting all day is so healthy for your body. Your feet will thank you, your body will thank you, your circulation. And just forcing the blood to flow and to work harder in different ways. I guess the heart to work harder in different ways, pumping it through the body. Let's take just a few more breaths here. Maybe you feel a little tingling starting to happen in the toes. That's normal. And when you're ready, we're just going to bend the knees and kind of pull them in towards your armpits. You'll get a little deeper stretch with the block here. And then keeping one knee in your hand, maybe grab a hold of your left one and lengthen the other leg nice and long so you'll get a deeper hip flexor stretch. So just allowing that foot to be on the floor. This is a really nice passive way to stretch those hip flexors. Just with no effort, just using gravity. And then pull that knee in. Let's lengthen the opposite leg nice and long. Bring it on the floor. Hug that knee in gently towards your chest. Allow the leg on the floor to fully relax and those hip flexors to let go. Just for a few breaths. And then when you're ready, lengthen both legs, still keeping that pillow or the block underneath those hips. Shake out the legs. Maybe reach your arms up over your head for a quick moment. Give yourself a full body stretch. Feeling that nice little bit of tension releasing through the hips. You can also do this with 2 blocks, which gives you a nice deep stretch here. So in the future, if you wanted to incorporate a higher block, but know that that will put you in a deeper back bend. So it just depends. So let's go ahead and bring the soles of the feet back to the earth. Lift your hips up nice and high as you can to get the block or the pillow out, rolling your spine down. Let's go ahead and hug your knees into your chest. Give them a squeeze. Maybe lift up your head. Let's give our body a full squeeze, full body activation. I want you to activate every single body or muscle in your body. Take a nice deep breath. Exhale all the tension, melt it on out onto the earth. Let's take Shavasana. Find your comfort zone here on your mat, whether your knees are bent or whatever really position you want to be in right now is perfectly fine. If you need a towel or pillow or blankets, feel free to use those to make you more comfortable. And just taking this time to let go, to surrender, to give your body this time of stillness, time of relaxation, time for yourself. And finding all of that gratitude inside of you. So thank yourself for showing up today, for being here and working hard, for allowing your body to do what it needed to do, for allowing it to surrender and to let go. And try to let all of the muscles in your face relax. I personally tend to tighten my jaw, so maybe that's an area of tension to you. Maybe it's your eyes. Try to let those go. Let the jaw fall heavy and the tongue release from the top of your mouth. If you feel any other tension in your body, focus on that area, squeeze it real tight, and then let it go. Relaxing. It's really helpful. So take just a couple more minutes here. I won't talk too much. Just allowing for this stillness, for this time. I'm just starting to connect with your breath again. We'll take about 5 more breaths. Maybe a little fuller this time. Just feeling your belly rise and fall. And as we start bringing awareness back into our bodies, maybe consider starting to wiggle your toes and your fingers when you're ready. And also taking this time, if you would like to spend the next 5 minutes or so just laying here, please listen to your body and do so. So if you're ready to awaken and start to wiggle things, bring energy back. Reaching your arms over your head if that feels good. Maybe opening your eyes if you wish. Taking a nice big stretch, sighing it out, bringing the feet to the earth. Let's go ahead and roll over onto one side into a fetal position, resting your cheek on your bicep. And we'll find our way to a seat, pushing yourself up gently. Finding your way to a cross-legged position or whatever's comfortable for you. Once we arrive here, if you're choosing to come along with me, we'll bring our hands to our heart center. And I want you to start separating your palms, but keeping your fingers together, creating this little ball of light right at your sternum. Just feeling that energy, that ball of light energy, just circulating. And fill that ball with so much love, light, happiness, peace, gratitude. Take a nice deep breath, fill it up, nice and full. And then exhale, open your palms, integrate that, press it into your heart. Exhale it out. And just go on with your day, carrying it through the day and the week, expressing gratitude and love to yourself and to others around you that you care about. And thank you so much for allowing me to guide you in this practice today. Namaste. Thank you all so much for taking this time out of your day to be here. This is the last class of the new year, so Happy New Year. And we're not having class tomorrow at 4, but we will going forward.